Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
This is First GenXers.
Poetic beats. Poetic beats.
All right. Well, let's mute Mike. Hello. Mr. Runescryer. Hold on.
Let's see.
I can't
Checking
his.
in.
Yeah. Don't understand why his. Mr.
Oh my
Dave.
goodness. We man.
Okay, well, I guess he's having issues.
Yeah.
We'll let him figure that out.
Yeah.
What's
It's
up,
fu-
y'all? What's up?
It's the fuckery with technology, sir. So
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And this is the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on First GenXers on Twitch here. Welcome to the show, y'all. Hope you're ready for a good shit. Hey, Tech Tinkers is back. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tech Tinkers
Sir.
back on the fuckery. So,
The fuckery.
guys, we're going to be
Christ.
doing some talking. And as usual, and Dave will join us in a minute as soon as his tech fuckery stops, and we will get back to the normal spin. So this week we are opening up today again with another pop culture question. As long as I keep finding them and trying to stump y'all, we'll keep doing this. All right, so we're going to open up before we jump into the first whatchamacallit for the day, and it is going to be... the first question is going to be, who directed the 2019 film Parasite, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture? Hold your answers till the end of the block. Okay. So we'll get to the first subject matter here. For those of you who have not been living under a rock and don't know, the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer has come out, and I from what I've heard, there's two different ones. I've just seen the one with Karl Urban as Jhonny Cage in the flipping video with or in it for the movie for the end movie, right? And it Uncaged Fury, friggin' hilarious, man. Even better, like, don't get me wrong. The scene in the original Mortal Kombat, right? When whatchamacallit, when Jhonny Cage is on the movie set,
Right.
This is when you fall down scene, that scene's iconic. Don't get me wrong. But this trailer had me dying laughing. Like literally dying.
I mean,
what's up, Dave?
Hey.
Are you only going to be able to do audio today, or?
Yep, audio only today. I don't know what's going on, but then again, people aren't exactly tuning in to see my mug. So.
All right, brother. All right. Well, then Dave's going to take part with this. He's just going to not be seen. He's going to be not heard, or not seen, but heard.
I'll definitely be heard. So
Yes.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's kind of fuck, but
yeah,
it is what it is, right?
yep, it is what it is. But yeah, now have you seen the full Uncaged trailer for Mortal
Yes.
Kombat?
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
yeah,
Uncaged
and
Fury. Yeah.
Uncaged Fury, Citizen Cage. I mean, they don't have trailers for everything, but like, there's like a half dozen movies with Jhonny Cage's name in them that they mentioned, that they drop throughout the trailers, throughout everything. Man, it is amazing.
I'm going to tell you this. I wasn't that excited about Karl Urban as Jhonny Cage initially
Yes,
because I
Oh,
was
I don't
one
think
of-
none of us are. I don't think none of it. Listen.
Oh,
I
dude.
didn't mean to interrupt, but listen. You already know I expressed much hatred for that shit. I talked real bad about Karl Urban taking this shit, but then I'm finding out that he's been a grizzled movie star, just like the current Mortal Kombat 1 type situation. So yeah, I'm digging it, but still, I mean, the kung fu, I mean, his martial arts, we already know that's, I mean, he's Karl Urban tough, but no.
I'll finish saying what I was saying like this before I let you go, Dave. I wasn't excited initially. After seeing these trailers, I've become excited to see Karl Urban because I was a big proponent of it should have been The Miz. For anybody who doesn't know WWE wrestling, The Miz is like one of the best mic talkers, and he has the Jhonny Cage type attitude. So maybe we'll get Dave back with a camera. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I thought he would make a great, an epic Jhonny Cage, but unfortunately he didn't get the part. Supposedly he did try out for it. He did ask to be the part, but unfortunately was rejected, and they chose Karl Urban instead. And let me just say this: Karl Urban wasn't a bad choice. He just wasn't my first choice. and he's showing me that in these trailers. Like you said, his martial arts, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, Lyndon. It's kind of like how, the original actor Lyndon Ashby.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't exactly, Jhonny Cage, Johnny Cage-ish, but he had the attitude and he had the prestige of it. But the martial arts was, was just a little.
There you are, brother.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
So I'm on my phone. So
No worries, bro.
Yeah.
No worries. That's why Dave sounds a little echoey, but that's okay. At least we got you here.
Yeah.
But
all right,
but,
so
no,
go on,
no.
Go on,
I'm just like, yeah. I mean, the trailer was really like when I did the real fanboy reaction when Scorpion did the shit with New Sabat.
Yeah.
And that was because that was straight out of Mortal Kombat 2 the game, and I was like, yeah.
See, here's the thing about
I was
it.
With that shit.
Is
Definitely.
this movie is a sequel to the first one in the way that Annihilation should have been a sequel to?
no, this is a sequel to the low key Mortal Kombat reboot that happened in 21, I want to say.
Yeah, the one with
Yeah.
Meshach Taylor and the one.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, the thoughts are at this point that that they're not bringing back Cole, and that basically Cage is not there to replace him, but basically we're getting Jhonny Cage instead of Cole.
Yeah,
for this
he's
one,
sitting
which
on
the
the
character.
back seat.
Yeah, which the character Cole, as fun as it was, never really made sense to me.
I mean, I was cool with Cole. He was one of my favorites from Mortal Kombat 2, but I do kind of agree with you where you've got all these trained martial arts fighters, and then you got a SWAT cop.
Well, yeah.
Random
Well, I
SWAT
mean,
cop,
well,
yeah.
and think about this. Think about this, if you will. These are video game franchises of epic proportions, right? Then
Right.
you have like the same thing. you could say Resident Evil was kind of like in that sense because Alice, who was played what's her name, Mila Jovovich,
Yeah.
played Alice. Alice was not a part of the game franchise in no way, form, or fashion. So that was specifically created. And even though later on they kind of fucked up the rest of the movies and they had to fix some shit and they kind of rushed characters in there just so they can add to it. I'm just hoping that in this case, with Mortal Kombat, in this case, I'm hoping that it'll be a little better
Yeah.
with the other character, with this movie character, because sometimes, I mean, Annihilation, you already know. I mean, no disrespect to James Remar, but fuck your rating, dude. Fuck your rating.
Yeah, I'll say it like this. It's not Rip Dave. We're just waiting until I
Yeah.
guess his phone. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. There he
Yeah.
is.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I've got no idea what I'm doing. As usual.
I think Jake Remar, or what was his name? Jake Remar.
James
Jake-
Remar. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Black Lightning.
He was working with. He was
played the
with.
tailor.
He was. Yes, he did. He was like. He was working with a bad script. I kind of don't hold him responsible for that raid in the same way I don't hold Val Kilmer responsible for his Batman. That was just a badly written Batman, and unfortunately, and again, I'll also say this, and this is one of my favorite things to say, especially about some of today's music in regards to some of the young rappers out there, the mumble rappers, etc. I say, it's not their fault that they're not as good as it's just that they're not considered that good. It's just that better came before them.
Oh my
Right.
God! Oh no! Mm-mm. No.
It's not. Hold on. And I say the same thing with James Remar. Christopher Lambert was too perfect of a pick for Raiden that they should have brought him back for the second movie. I forget why they didn't, but he was too perfect.
Well, part of the reason is that by Highlander 2, Christopher Lambert was legally blind.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then that can kind of hamper you shooting a movie.
Now you can still see. He can still see, but it's all blurry, and he didn't have the same visual acuity. So his vision's been degrading for a long, long time, sadly.
Oh, that sucks. He's a pretty cool guy. I'll say.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to mention this on the last random thing just to throw something out there at you guys. Do either of you guys remember an actor by the name of Rutger Hauer
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. What the fuck?
and a movie by the name of Blind Fury?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Just wondering. Just wondering. You said blind, and it triggered that. Memory.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. No, he's not. No. Connor McLeod was not Zaitoshi. So
Oh Lord, have mercy, man.
Okay, so the next subject we're going to go to is kind of video game related for us old cats here on the Cheap Pop Podcast, and it's kind of not, and that is, where is it? No, there it is. Legend of Zelda movie, the live action movie, has cast their Link and Zelda with Bo Bergensen as Zelda. That's the girl, and then Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link.
wait, Zelda's not the character in the green hood and cloak, wielding the sword, going around saving everyone.
No. We're yes. We're
I
definitely,
know. Yeah.
No, yes.
I'm not that culturally dense.
It's one of those things where I'm looking at it and I go, look, I'm happy to see, as long as whatever they put out tries to stay as true to the original story and feel of Legend of Zelda, even though this is probably going to be more of a story and feel along the lines of the N64 Zeldas than the original Zelda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one that people remember more often is the link to the past and all of that. I
Yeah.
remember top down sword that
No,
just
no,
went
no, no. That
like that was my Zelda. When I talk Zelda, I had the gold cartridge. Like
bro.
that Zelda is the Zelda I think of. So as long as they stay
Link to the
true.
Past, Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. That is my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it was one of the best.
Yeah,
Again,
that was still
like
top down too.
yeah, yeah. That actually, I forget that was, yeah. So like, I don't know who these kids are, but you're taking on a bold move, kids, by you're taking on a bold move by taking on these roles because there's an expectation. This
Oh
movie has been
yeah.
expected for a very, very, very long time.
Dude,
So,
I remember going to San Diego Comic-Con when Lord of the Rings had just wrapped up production, and they brought Sir Ian McKellen. They flew him from New Zealand out to San Diego to do a promo tour for X-Men because
yeah,
that hadn't hit the theaters. Yeah, it was hitting that summer. And I will never forget this. I mean, Sir Ian McKellen, one of the most lauded Shakespearean actors in history, said that he had never felt so much trepidation over a role as when he took on the role of Magneto, because he had so much pressure he was putting on himself to do the character justice.
yeah.
And
I can see why.
these,
Like you say,
these are not just oh, they're comic book roles or oh, they're video game roles. No, these roles matter to a lot of people.
yeah,
And
100%.
we've seen what's happened when the role goes to someone who does not look or inhabit the character right.
Hold on, I wasn't not laughing at you, sir.
It's all good.
Tech Tinkers just says, for those in the chat and on the podcast, trepidation. Noun, a feeling of fear or agitation about something that may happen. he said, he said, Dave out here using these $10 words.
That's right.
No, but
I'm using these $10 words, and that's why I'm going to pay for you to do my tech support right now, Tech Tinkers.
oh man, all right, but yeah, so I always say take roles. It's just like whoever steps into Wolverine after
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, like tread lightly. Like they made a really good pick for that, or Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds retires, if they don't retire the character altogether.
Right.
Anybody that has to play those roles after,
because
it's going to be hard pressed.
Because it's something else I just found out about that. Somebody, I guess Disney, and I think this is a bad move that they're thinking about rebooting the Indiana Jones franchise, and I guarantee you, I'm going to say that is a absolute fuck you, hell to the no. I'm sorry, no.
I'm okay. I'm
Nah.
going to wait. I'm going to wait and see, because
no.
let's face it. Let us face it. The
Easy,
management,
brother, easy.
the management at Lucasfilm has so fucked up Star Wars and Indiana Jones. I still love the films that came out, the newer ones.
That's the last
I
one.
enjoyed it, right? But the problem is that they have a great IP that has been poisoned. They've had 2 films where they've tried to pass on the torch, and neither of them have worked. So there needs, at some point, you got to bite the bullet. Sean Connery wasn't able to be Bond forever.
Yeah.
Roger Moore.
Well, we already knew. I mean, we already knew that was going to happen. I mean, we already knew that it eventually. That's kind of like Superman,
Right. And we'll definitely get into all that in our review, because talk about performances that redefine and set the new standards across the board in there.
Right.
Yeah.
But my whole thing with that is that hell no, bro. Like there are some franchises that needs to end. It needs to go. That's like
I'm not-
fucking
yep.
hold on, wait a minute. That's like certain songs that get remade, you know it's classic, but then they come along and they fuck it up. We're not listen, the Disney to me, this last movie, I'm sorry, as much as I love Harrison Ford and the Indiana Jones franchise, because my favorite one happens to be The Last Crusade, because there was a lot of action in there. Plus you had River Phoenix playing a young Indiana Jones, and Sean Connery. So my whole thing is that you should have left it alone with Crystal Skulls, because you could close the story with Indy and Marion, but anything else afterwards, nah, bruh, nah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
feeling
super
what
good.
you're laying down. I'm feeling what you're laying down on that. But like I said, think about, like I said, the James Bond franchise, and we've had some pretty good Bonds. Some that have even been better than Sean Connery. In there, you know, they've all brought something different to the role.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with Dave.
Yeah.
With Dave, and I understand where you're coming from. Saying I do believe that there are certain movie franchises that you don't touch. Like for instance, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If they remake The Princess Bride, or they try to reboot or remake The Princess Bride, I will drive to Hollywood. I'll be on a Jay and Silent Bob adventure, and I'll be going to fuck up a movie set. But
I'll be
in
with
general,
you. I will be with now, except for Once Upon a Deadpool, where they did the Deadpool version of the Princess Bride.
I can deal with that. I'll say, but
that was hilarious.
But I do agree with Saint that here's the thing about it. Here's where Disney is now putting out this is the second Indiana Jones movie that they've done. If they do this one, if they reboot, okay.
No.
They've done two already.
No, the last one,
Crystal Skull,
the Crystal Skull,
and Destiny. You know, Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
I don't remember the Crystal Skull still being under
It was
Disney.
Yeah, they bought Lucas. Okay. Yeah, Lucasfilm had been bought by Disney by that point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So to get to my point, basically, Disney has had if they planned on continuing the franchise. Hey, what's up, Wood on YouTube? Thanks for joining us. Well, I'll say if they plan on continuing the franchise, then what they need to do is they should have used these two movies to transfer over from Harrison Ford to whoever the new Indy is going to be.
Which they tried to do. But
was that the whole Shia LaBeouf thing?
Shia LaBeouf and then Phoebe Waller-Bridge in the second film. And
no, they had been talking about Chris
Pratt.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Well, that's now for the reboot. That's really after Dial of Destiny failed so badly, because the plan was that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character was going to go and continue the adventures of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
And she was going to be, okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. But the problem was, once again, Kathleen Kennedy, step 1, make movie. Step 2, step 3, profit. There was no plan. There was no solidified plan. So, I mean, I understood what they were trying to do with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, move it from the occultism of the pulp era into the 50s, where it was the Red Scare and the rise of ESP and UFOs. Yeah, I understood that. It was just really badly plotted and executed.
He said, hold on, Tech Tinkers killing in the comments. Let me ask co-pilot who is the replacement Indiana Jones, because I don't think Chris Pratt will have time to do Indiana Jones with the continuations of Jurassic Park for the next 20 years.
Oh no, from what I understand, Scarlett Johansson took
Yes.
over this next
Yes.
this next set of
She's going to be kind of the
set of
central
movies.
character moving forward.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
All right, fellas. So we'll pause it there, and we'll come to the answer. Yes, it is the best generation. Thank you, Wood. The Generation X. We agree. Well, I'll say. All right. So the pop culture question quiz of the day, or question of the day, or question of the segment is, or was, who directed the 2019 film Parasite, which won Academy Award for Best Picture? Dave, do you care to take a guess?
I'm going to butcher the name because it's Korean. Byung Joon-ho.
I can't get nothing past y'all, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't get goddamn nothing past y'all. Y'all tell me to find questions that are
Look,
harder.
And that was
Listen.
good. And that was
Look,
good. That's
I
why.
just
That's
listen.
why when I answered with a question mark at the end of that, a very audible question mark, as if I
Listen, I
was
just
not
dodged
sure.
the bullet. I just dodged the bullet. So, hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm sitting up here sweating. I thought, hey, look, thank you, Dave.
All right, so shout out to Poe Politicking. Thanks for the cheers, yo. What's up?
Yo,
Thanks
thank
for tapping
you.
in. Wood, again, thanks for being so interactive. We appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go into our first segment of the show. And y'all know what that is if you watch on a regular. And that is... All right, welcome to Pop Culture Corner, where we talk everything pop culture, and we will open this segment with another potential stumper for these gentlemen. Let's see what the question is. Drum roll, please. Yes, I'm doing that with my mouth, so what? All right. Nope, wrong one. All right, here we go. In the TV show The Crown, who plays the character of Queen Elizabeth in the first 2 seasons? Answer in the comment section if you guys know the question or know the answer. Let's see.
Yeah. And by the way, that was a fantastic series. I mean, especially John Lithgow as Winston Churchill was phenomenal.
Nice.
Matt Smith coming off Doctor Who, going in to play Prince Philip, the guy who was groomed for royalty, and he's getting married to this woman who, no, you're not going to be king. You're going to be a consort. And he's completely pissed off because he's not going to have, an equal say in the royal household. He's just he's just the prince consort.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to check that out. All right, so
really fantastic, and it explains a lot about the modern royal family as well, when you see the kind of history that they were going through and living through, and the dysfunction.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Crown, recommended by Dave. All right,
absolutely.
So we're going to open up with a different subject than the order it is on the running sheet right now. We are going to open up with a review of the movie Superman. Since now me and Dave have joined the Saint in having seen the movie fully from beginning to end, we can all give our... Saint gave his thoughts last week in a solo review. Me and Dave can now join him in giving our thoughts on what I personally thought was a really good movie. And I've always told Saint I will give props where it is due, when it is due. James Gunn, do your thing over there, brother. Like this was a great start.
Get you your flowers.
Exactly. This and Creature Commandos were both excellent starts to the DCU. once we get your camera back there, Dave, or if you want to go ahead and go with the audio, you can give your thoughts on the movie.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah, we
Okay.
can see you now.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So on my phone, I guess when I switch tabs, it's gonna do that shit. Anyway, but yeah, James Gunn, everybody, absolutely stellar performances across the board. Not just stellar, but I'm going to say that David Corenswet matched Christopher Reeves. He is on par with Christopher Reeve. But
okay, that's a bold statement, sir.
Okay, Nicholas Hoult is the new gold standard for Lex Luthor. God, it was absolutely perfect. You know, he played the brilliance blinded by arrogance and obsession, and the character admits it.
Yep.
He admits it, and he does not care. And that line in the climax where the engineer is saying, you know, we should really shut this down, and Lex just shouts out, "They chose him."
Yep.
Call me when it starts approaching a city that I care about.
You know.
I mean, wow. That was
He's just
like,
a hater.
Yeah. And,
well, okay.
And for intro, it was interesting enough that the real counterpoint to Lex wasn't Superman. I mean, Superman with his humanity, sure. But then you had this absolutely brilliant performance by Edie Gathegi playing Mr. Terrific, who is intellectually on par with Lex Luthor. And once he sees what's going on, what Luthor is doing, he is absolutely appalled at the situation. If you're off by, if your calculations are off by a picometer, you've got a black hole replacing the Earth. Yeah. This is typical Luthor. You know, Luthor doesn't care. He generally does not care. All that he cares about is that he is right. Even when he's wrong, he is. I mean, how goddamn petty.
Listen.
The girl, the ex-girlfriend that he locked up because she wrote an unflattering blog post about her time with him. I mean, how... It's so totally Luthor, so totally on par with the character. They've never gone that far before, though. And that's the great thing about it. It is so fantastic. It was not afraid to be an example of hope.
Yeah.
And And
I'll say this. I agree. There's not a single thing that Dave or Saint said last week. If you want to watch last week's episode and check out what he had to say about the movie, that I know he's being kind of quiet right now, but that's because he told all y'all this last week. But I agree with everything that y'all are saying. There was only one part of the movie that bothered me. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, and this is just okay. Now bear with me on this. This is after 5-6 seasons of Melissa Benoist.
Yeah.
That Supergirl wasn't it for me.
I can understand. I understand why. But
I was the bratty little rich girl role to me is not Kara. And so maybe it's because I've been brainwashed by 6 years of, like I said, Melissa Benoist and that Kara on CW. But like it did not. Yes, Christopher Reeves is Superman. We agree 100% on that one. But yeah, like that was the only part that I didn't like. I loved Crypto. Loved Mr. Terrific. Loved Lex Luthor. Like going down the list. Yeah. Like love Jimmy Olsen. Love Eve Tessmacher. Love Lois Lane. Like
Eve
was-
was a little bit extra for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But-
with
but-
all the Eve test mockers throughout, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. It worked for
But-
me.
Right,
worked for me.
but
I didn't like the Cat
here's
Grant.
why-
That's because I like the one on the CW better.
but here's why Kara works for me at the end. Because when you think about it, the modern relationship between Cal and Kara has always been Kara is the older, chronologically older of the pair. She is the one who has 16 years of life on Krypton, watching it get destroyed, fall. To Cal, Jor-El and Laura, they're just family photographs. They're people that he has absolutely no emotional connection to. Krypton, he has no emotional connection to other than what he's been told. And by the way, brilliant swerve at the end.
Yeah.
In that. But Kara lived there. She has not just family, but friends. Everyone who does. So, yeah, I'm going to excuse her deciding to go off on a bit of a bender. It's like, hey, Cal, watch my dog for a while.
I think you, I think you
gotta
misunderstand
go
what
blow
I
off
mean.
steam.
No,
think you
I get it,
misunderstand what I
Kev.
mean by the bratty rich girl persona.
Yeah,
Like
I
like
understand that.
I understand the going off and the partying and all of that from a mental standpoint. It's just the bratty rich girl, like daddy's got to fix this type attitude that we saw out of her. To me, like I said, it's my mind has not necessarily been poisoned, but my mind has been conditioned to see Kara as somebody who carries herself in a certain way, and I don't think that persona fits that thing. But I don't know 100%. It's just,
and I think that part of that comes from this Superman, just like Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Yeah.
It was the final artifact of the Silver Age
yeah,
before the Bronze Age really set in comic books in there, and the focus on the social issues. This Superman has the benefit of going golden, silver, and bronze, and iron, and modern age. And when you look back at New 52, that's how Kara started out. That's why Kara had a red lantern ring at one point for all the anger and rage she felt at how unfair it was for Krypton to be destroyed.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the swerve in the message that Jor-El and Laura had. Just that, I mean, bravo, brilliant way of bringing in one of the more modern interpretations of Krypton into this film. And yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Every, top to bottom, just an absolutely perfect 10-10, almost no notes. I mean, and the final front page that we see from the Daily Planet. I'm actually still choking up from it. The true hero of Metropolis. I mean, that was just.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great. Saint, I'll let you close us out on this subject before
I was just gonna say, pretty much the thing about Supergirl and about this particular movie. I'm sorry, like, I'm not shitting on nobody that has been in any of the movies, but first of all, using the Superman, using a little we're using a lot of the Superman theme because I
Oh, yeah.
actually got a chance to hear it before the movie. Hey, that brought me back. Okay, we're taking it back to the basics.
Yeah.
Supergirl, as far as I'm concerned, right now, is the most comics accurate for this one.
For modern comics accurate.
Yeah,
You're right.
just straight across the board. Because
Yep.
like Helen Slater, that part of Krypton, Argo City, that was the whole thing. Melissa Benoist, that was a whole different thing. This is a girl that got problems that just becoming a young adult, like really becoming an adult, and going out and partying and doing the thing. This is the kind of thing that we kind of need this one. And the way I see the DC universe going in this direction, I can't wait to see what's going to happen when Peacemaker comes through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
That's the next
That
one.
was
interesting.
Yeah, great cameos.
Yeah.
I think that Frank Grillo did a great job as Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah, he did. 100%.
I'm all good on that. There were. I can understand some of the people who were complaining about James Gunn's sense of comedy.
Yeah, there was a lot of ha-ha moments in there.
Yeah, there was.
But it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Lois and Clark having a deep conversation about their relationship with Clark in his Superman costume, and right outside the window, we see the Justice Gang battling this gigantic floating eyeball with tentacles, and Superman is not doing anything. I mean, he's letting him handle it. He's handling this. It was like, it was. It was amazing. It was amusing and amazing, and it's all of it. I mean, I'm glad to see. I'm really excited to see Sean Gunn as Max Lord, because we're setting it up where Justice League right out for the DCU.
Justice Gang.
Well, right, but the one thing
that was awesome.
It was
Justice Gang. That was my favorite part.
I like. Wow, that's a cool name. Okay, he's in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
no, my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes is then when Guy walked by and started doing the thing, and then he threw up like 2 or 3 fingers up. I was like,
oh yeah. Every other one was like,
yeah. It was fantastic. It was great on all levels. But
Nathan Fillion played that shit.
With Sean Gunn as Max Lord, I think that the DCU, when we get Justice League, we're just going right into Justice League International, right off the bat. That's what we're headed for, and I will be there for it. For one.
I'll say all I know is I'm looking forward to whatever James Gunn has planned.
Yeah,
he hasn't let me down yet, so I'll give credit where it's due. I'm looking forward to the next DC movie. Let's see what it brings to us.
And it's smashing the box office, as to the dismay of all the haters who are having to come up. They're having to do more mental gymnastics than ever to explain why the Snyderverse was better. I mean, we just learned that it had the best second weekend drop-off of any DC movie ever. Yeah. And the Snyder bots are just saying, oh, well, that's because it opened in so many cities, and Man of Steel only opened in like 50 cities. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, shut the hell up.
It's just a better movie. Let it go.
Yeah, it's just a better movie. And
smoke weed or something.
Yeah,
exactly. And what's more important, it's pissing off all the right people.
Yeah,
that's what this film is doing. I mean, Dean Cain, he's not Superman. He's Bizarro. That's how we refer to Dean Cain now. He is Bizarro.
Yeah, he's acting odds. All right, so
Let me just say the final thing.
one last word.
My,
All right,
my thing.
Go for it.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Lex Luthor sucks. That to me was the best shit ever. James Gunn. That shit was funny as fuck, bro.
That was absolutely great. I could have used Ma and Pa Kent leaning a little bit back from the corn-fed accents, but they were great. They were wholesome. Awesome. We didn't have the conflict of, you know, what's your purpose. I mean, we had a Jonathan Kent saying that the only thing a parent has to do with their child is to give them the tools to make a fool of themselves.
Yes, better than Gene Hackman. Unfortunately, Nicholas Holtz far surpassed Gene Hackman. Sorry, it's a comment in the YouTube section from Wood.
Yeah,
I'm like, sorry, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Gene Hackman, but Nicholas
guy freaking slayed it. But you know, we compared to Jonathan Kent in Man of Steel, where he's like, you don't know them a damn thing, which is true, but it's also the delivery and the tone and the absolute, you know, it hit the same in performance, in the writing, in the genuine feel that went through there. And that's, you know, it had heart. Yeah. And that's the one thing that Zack Snyder, for various reasons, was unable to do with his version of the DC Universe. And we're not going to get into that. But
yeah, because we got to get moving forward. But 100%. All right, so we are going to stick with DC, but this time we're going to go to the little flippy pages on little flippy books on paper.
Yep.
The DC Comics announced this week that they're doing their big KO event, which is going to be a tournament of some of the best heroes, and I guess villains as well, in DC coming together for a tournament to see who will fight Darkseid.
I mean, we kind of already just saw this in a smaller scale, on a human scale, in DC, with the Bat Titles Kumite that they just went through, with Black Canary trying to prove she's the best fighter and going up against Lady Shiva, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, you know, it's stuff that we've kind of seen before.
Yeah.
We'll see how they pull it off. I don't know.
All right.
You know,
Saint, any thoughts as a DC fan, comic book and movie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I look forward to these kinds of events, especially, DC usually gets these kind of things, on a year-round basis. Every year they got some kind of event going on. So it's like, for me, I'm always with it. Sometimes I'm always with it, because that shit with Amanda Waller last year.
Shit. No. Yeah. I agree with you on that. But now over on the Marvel side, Marvel just announced their follow-up to the Krakoa era. They've got 5 new X titles going forward, with Doug Ramsey, Cypher, with the Cosmic Glow Up, where he is now the inheritor of Apocalypse. He gets everything Apocalypse has, and he's the leader for Mutant Kind moving forward. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be, I think, one of the most wasted storylines in Krakoa was the marriage of Tony Stark with Emma Frost, because
Yes,
that
stick
was just perfect, because
Yeah.
they are so alike that they can call each other out on their respective bullshits.
Yeah,
And it made, but we're going to be getting a new series called Iron and Frost, which is Tony and Emma kind of getting back together, partnering post Krakoa. We'll see what happens in there. Yeah, so we'll see what Marvel comes out with. Oh, and the Revelation. Remember, we were talking about Marvel: The World to Come with Black Panther, kind of wondering, am I the father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out that no, Black Panther does not have a white son.
Yeah, I figured they would swiggle there.
Yeah.
No, that's Everett Ross's kid that Black Panther adopted.
Ross from
from the movie.
Yeah,
from the movie.
And he's been a character in the comics for a longer period of time. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
that's gonna be interesting. That's a great update.
That's
but
good.
My only problem is like, okay, if we really want to go with a white guy in charge of Wakanda, we already have one ready made. White Wolf, T'Challa's adopted brother. T'Chaka, it's a play on the Tarzan thing where T'Chaka adopted a white kid to be a brother to his son, a white kid whose family was killed in an African expedition. And he is technically part of the Wakanda royal family. And he's challenged T'Challa for the mantle of Black Panther a couple times, if my memory is correct. So we had this character sitting there, all ready to go.
And you still went with.
And we didn't need to have that particular swerve happen. So we'll see what Christopher Priest has in mind for us.
Well, I like it when they pull swerves because of the fact that it takes us from believing one thing like we did and then having an update later and go, skirt, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. No, never mind.
Kind of like Spider-Man in the Clone series, but we're not going there.
Yes. All right.
That's not our business.
All right. So then we'll get to the next subject here. We'll get through these pretty quickly. We have Werewolf by Night 2. Gets a promising update on an MCU return. Let's see what they say. According to a new report, Marvel Studios are reportedly developing multiple projects that will lead into its planned Midnight Suns movie. One of the projects is seen to be Werewolf by Night 2. So it looks like we might be getting a sequel to what sounded like a banging hit.
Yeah, what the MCU is kind of doing, I mean, in addition to the juggling act that is moving forward with Avengers Doomsday and getting all that straightened out, and the will or won't Kang return, they're focusing on developing the mystic side of Marvel, of the MCU. So not just more Doctor Strange or Wong or whoever the Sorcerer Supreme may be, but Shang-Chi, Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight. So we're going to be getting more of the supernatural side of Marvel coming forward. And of course, as you said, leading into Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun, that should be really, really interesting to see.
And
I've never been truly disappointed by anything Marvel did. Go ahead.
Yeah. And also rumors that Strange Academy is one of the projects that the MCU is thinking of doing, especially after we got Zelma Staunton in Ironheart, who really was a great addition in there. And of course, the fantastic, the 11th hour appearance by Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. I mean,
that was some crazy shit.
That was yeah.
That was definitely like it's like the whole world over, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and speaking of Ironheart, we are getting more of her, not just quite in live action yet. The Ironheart character being voiced by Dominic Thorne has been, or Dominique. Let's get the feminine accent on there. Dominic Thorne. That character has been added to the basically Disney Junior MCU. Iron Man and his Invincible Friends. It's like, the Spidey super stories. It's all, chibi type characters and accessible for preschoolers. So Ironheart's going to be appearing in that.
okay.
Okay, fellas, I got a couple of comments I got to drop on you here. First and foremost, Wood from YouTube asks us, who is the best comic book company, DC, Marvel, or Image?
It depends on the era for me.
Really? Each have their thing. I was like, I'm more of a Marvel guy than DC or Image. But,
and I am more of a Marvel guy than DC or Image, but I am going to go with Image because they are consistently more creative and more daring than either Marvel or DC with their projects. They are the ones who are pushing the envelope. Also, Image is now, once again, the home for my absolute number one, hands down, favorite comic book series, which is Astro City. There is no better comic book series than Astro City. Kurt Busiek does more with homage and pastiche characters than the actual characters they're based off of.
Wow. Saint, your thoughts on that question?
Well, from as a fan, I'm always going to be DC.
Okay.
I mean, but
no.
in terms of business or what have you, I mean, we already know that Marvel is like at the apex, but
DC is now starting to climb the mountain with Superman, and
with live action,
with live action and with animation. Let's not forget that Creature Commandos was fantastic. And even the animated series that are not directly linked into James Gunn's vision for the DC universe, My Adventures with Superman and Harley Quinn, two absolutely fantastic series.
Right on. All right. Now that was the one question. Thanks, y'all for answering. Now, Tech Tinkers over in the Twitch chat room. Ironheart equals awesome. 100% truth there, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts equals awesome. Sponsored by Shane's Tire Shop. That was the one that stopped me in my tracks there. Yeah. Great thing there. And he says the Image is his number one there. And Wood says for him it's Marvel. So thanks, guys, for tapping in.
Yeah.
Everybody has, as their favorite. Well, say, all right. So the second to last subject is this one here, gentlemen, and this is a weird one. Everybody remembers Martin Cove. He played in the original Karate Kid, and he was in Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Sensei Creasy.
Yeah, okay, that's Cove. Who I thought it was.
Martin Cove,
He has now been accused for the second time after having an incident earlier this week or earlier last week where it was reported he bit his Cobra Kai co-star Alicia Hana Kim at a convention. And now there's another report coming out from the Cobra Kai set that an unnamed actress on the set, an extra, not one of the main characters, accused Cove of sexually harassing her by leering. For those of you who don't mean, that means he was looking longingly or not longingly at her.
Well, I would not be surprised if Cove ends up being a cellmate with Jeffrey Jones.
Wow. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it is an accusation. And like they even mentioned in the article, they even say like outright, like there was no physical contact. He didn't lunge at her. He didn't, try to grab her, nothing like that. He was just leering at her from across the room. I think that we're in a day and age where as men, we just got to learn not to do that kind of stuff. Just let it go. And I don't know about biting your co-star, bro. Like, I don't know what the context is behind that, because it could have been a playful thing with both of them. Because I've seen, I forget who it was. I forget during one of the Marvel, like news junkets. Like one of the stars came up behind the other one, and like bit him on the shoulder, like just playing around.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's weird, but you become a family,
right? You do need to. There needs to be more context.
Wait. Who in the fuck is gonna bite somebody's shoulder?
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you would be surprised.
No, I get that, but I mean, what kind of fuckery is this, bro? Like,
but okay, my point being that yes, we do need more context, but how old is that actress?
Oh, I don't know. They didn't say how old the actress was, and I know Martin Cove is in his like late 50s.
Yeah,
it was probably one of the younger girls.
And that's. We got a little bit of creep going on in here.
Well, yeah, but he understood the barrier of look, but don't touch. I don't think he should look either, but he understood at least the barrier.
But no, I'm talking about the actress that he supposedly bit at the convention, the one that came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not a Cobra Kai guy, so I don't know how old she. I'm assuming she's one of the high school age.
No, I believe she was. Hold on, let me look her up real quick. I believe she was. Oh, dang it! Let's see. Hold on. I don't need the video. Let's see that.
We don't. Yeah, we don't want that or need that one.
Hold on. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. God, I love Google. No, she's the woman. She's older. She's easily in her like.
Okay.
Yeah, she's almost in her 40s. She's the one that played the teacher.
Still creepy.
It's still creepy.
But
still creepy, but not pedophile creepy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not having to go into the definition of pedophile and hebephile. Okay, that's
yes.
Yeah.
100%. All right. So we'll move on from that one, and we'll get to our last one, and that is Peacock unveils its first look at Severance star as killer clown serial killer John Wayne Gacy in new series. The actor's name is Michael Chernus from Orange is the New Black and Severance, and he's going to be heading to Peacock to star in a series about John Wayne Gacy.
Yep.
This should be interesting.
Do we really need another?
Why do we need another? Exactly.
Another story about John Wayne Gacy. I mean, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
People are trying to take advantage of the true crime, like the new obsession that everybody has with the true crime podcast and all of that stuff. People
but people keep rehashing. But see, the thing is, you got people rehashing. John Wayne Gacy. You got people rehashing what that Theodore Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
it's
geez.
At some point, it's like, okay, good enough, good performances. We got the story told. Let's move on to something else. I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys are with American Horror Story.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of the big dude, whatever his name is, He played Chief Gunderson's husband in the Fargo movie. But
Right.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He's big, heavy set, kind of balding up top. He played the clown in that one season of American Horror Story. I think that there was a Gacy movie with him playing Gacy. You don't need to go more than that, okay? dude,
Fair enough.
dude nailed it on every level, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Come up with original shit. Like that's what we're saying. Like this is nice and all, but come up with some original shit. Real quick from Tech Tinkers. Where is it at? He said about the Martin Cove thing. He said, wait, he is 78 and she is 37. That is pedophilia. Now, we ain't gonna go that far, but I feel what you're saying. I'm vibing with you there, Tech Tinkers. I'm vibing with you.
It's definitely violating the 1/2 -7 rule.
All right, so we will close out Pop Culture Corner. We ran a little
Okay,
long today.
and wait a minute, hold on. I gotta go ahead and give a shout out because we definitely have to acknowledge the presence of the one and only Be More Humble representing
Be more. Hey,
Baltimore,
Thanks for tapping
Maryland,
Be More.
in the building. BGU squad up.
There you go. All right, so let's see. All right, so the pop culture quiz question going into this segment was in the TV show The Crown, who plays the character of Queen Elizabeth for the first 2 seasons? Do either of you care to take a guess?
Claire Foy.
I hate you, Dave.
I know you do.
Oh, I hate you, Dave. All right, so we're gonna let that downer take us.
Do not even try to take me on Trivial Pursuit, sir.
Here we go. All right, I'm gonna have to look for harder questions. I truly am. I'm gonna have to look for harder questions.
You know, there has to.
All right.
I think there has to be. You should have 2 questions, one for the general audience and one for me specifically.
Well, for you specifically, huh? All right, we'll look
Like,
into that.
who
We'll
was
look into
second assistant director on?
All right, guys. So, well, say coming up after the break, we'll be jumping down SmackDown Alley,
And we got a lot. we got a lot just happened this week because we got to cover Evolution and then all the shenanigans on Raw and SmackDown. And yes, I did catch the clip of the non-signing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, so you're watching the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on First GenXers Twitch and First GenXers Broadcast Network, and we will see you guys after about 5-minute break. All right, peace.
Ooh.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. Get on your mark, let's go. This is now versus then. Burning up your radio, still turning up the heat with Poetic on the flow. Got you moving to the beats with the Saint as your host. Shout out the collective, hold it down, we gon' clown, that's the lesson. Where Generation X meets Generation Next, with them bangers from the east to the south to the west. Yeah, this how we do it in Sacktown. Slide to the studio, yup, it goes down. Everybody fall through, these beats gon' pound. Waking the game up, told you it goes down. And this is only the intro. Turn the mics on, shout out to my kinfo. Where you at, y'all? Let's get this started. Turn down for what? We about to start the party. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then.
got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. Keep it. You got to keep it lovely. That comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that banner.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
Oh no, they just gonna have to hear us on mute for the rest of the show. That's all it is. I'll bring us back to the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on First GenXers Broadcast Network on Twitch and YouTube. We want to thank all that have tapped in and joined so far. Give shout outs to everybody that has decided to join us and say something. We love y'all. And we're going to move directly into the next segment, which is... Sorry. Anyway. All right, y'all. So let's get to talking about some big sweaty men. Yes, I do. I'll come out. All right. So before we jump into that, we're going to try to... this one, I suspect both of you guys should know. If either one of you doesn't, I don't know where you've been and if you've been paying attention. But pop culture quiz question for the segment is... What is the name of the high school where the characters in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer attend? Save your answers for the end of the segment. Everybody should know that. Everybody if we're all Gen Xers, everybody in the comments should know that. And we'll get to it later. All right, so we're going to open up, since this took place last week on Sunday after the show was over. We're going to jump in immediately with a review of Evolution. To me, possibly, it definitely stepped it up from Evolution 1. I definitely and vividly remember Evolution 1. Loved Evolution 1. Was happy. I still think, as much as everybody says no, they should be kept to rare events, I still think the Evolution pay-per-view should come at least once a year.
Yeah. And
it doesn't need to replace anything. It can just be an extra pay-per-view that's there by itself.
And I thought that overall it was better than Saturday night's main event.
Again, it's to me, it's comparing apples and oranges. It's comparing Monday Night Raw to WrestleMania.
You can't do that.
Evolution was built and set up and looked and presented as a PLE. Saturday night's main event was basically a glorified SmackDown.
Right.
You know,
I understand what you're saying, but they definitely did the ladies justice with Evolution. It was just absolutely fantastic, start to finish.
Yep. From Becky Lynch in the opening match against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, which was a hell of a match. And I'll be honest with you, I saw this as the end of Becky's run, and I was wrong. And I'm more than willing to admit that. It was an amazing match. We also had, now for those of you who are not familiar with some of the people that were on the Evolution card, that's because they're probably NXT brand and probably don't watch NXT. But JC Jane defeated Jordan Grace in what was a hell of a match, and had former Mariah May, now known as Blake Monroe, turn heel on Jordan Grace, and I thought it was kind of one of those like up for moment of the night moments.
Yeah,
that was definitely some fuckery within that.
Exactly.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Really great, though. Good storytelling, great matches. I'm trying not to conflate the stuff that happened on Raw on Monday, though, because they had some great women's matches on Raw.
But we'll get to that. Let's get through Evolution. You also had the women's tag team titles defended in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yep.
Between the Judgment Day, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Sol Ruka and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors.
Yep.
So, like that match was everything I expected it to be, plus some. I'll be honest with you.
My only complaint about that is that we didn't get Raquel Rodriguez squaring off against Zarya in there.
That would have been a great one in that one. Yeah.
That would have put it much more over the top. It was still a great match, but yeah, seeing the two big girls square off against each other. I mean, that's like a Godzilla King Ghidorah matchup there.
Both are pretty young, so we got time.
Yeah. We definitely looking for more things, and it really did help advance the Judgment Day overall storyline in regards to, well, what's going to happen when Liv comes back?
I like what they're doing with the Liv stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They're predicting that we were born between 65 and 70. I'm saying between 65 and 80, with me being the youngest, born in 77. All right, anyway, so let's see. Then we moved on to what I thought was an epic match from this perspective. Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton in itself is an epic matchup. But those girls gave us a show and a half.
Yeah.
And like delivered on just about every front.
My only complaint, and I'm going to get into this more as we talk about the other stuff that happened this week. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. I like Trish Stratus, but we're getting a lot of farewell comebacks, and it's starting to feel a bit repetitive in
I don't think
some ways.
that's what it was for her though. Like that, I don't think that was her retirement match. Like that was a match that she did for the fans. I think she more so took that match because she wanted to be a part of the Evolution pay-per-view. Like I believe Trish was a part of the first Evolution pay-per-view. You know, and wanting to be a part of something that's honoring the women and the history of the sport, or the history of women's pro wrestling. And I think it was just more about being a part of that than it was about her retirement. Because I don't think Trish has even said she's close to being done.
No, hell no.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes. I don't think Trish is. I don't think Trish has an everyday run left in her like Nikki and Brie Bella or Nikki and Brie Garcia do. You know, but I think like where she's there every single week. But I think Tiff could still give us some feuds, or not Tiff, but Trish could still give us some feuds and some great matches. I think she proved that at Evolution with her match against Tiffany Stratton, that she's still got enough gas in the tank to give us a good match. The next match, I didn't catch a lot of, so I'm going to allow Saint, because I know my boy watched this with a fine-tooth comb. Jade Cargill taking on Naomi in no DQ or no holds barred match. I didn't really get the chance to see that match. I ended up missing out on it.
Look here,
go ahead.
Listen, that match to me was one of the highlights of the evening because, the
brutal
her finishing move, man. Like she face planted that man.
Ooh.
She just like she gave him the business, man.
Yeah. Nice. Still not sold on Naomi's new ring look and slogan.
I don't like the slogan, but I like the ring look. Like I do like the look. I just don't like that.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, but also coming up wrapped in a newspaper unitard with crime tape hanging all off of her.
I don't know. Like I said, I like the heel persona. Give me heel. Nice.
I love. Oh yeah, she's great as a heel, no question. But I just think that it's not.
I mean, what's wrong with her what's wrong with the costume? I actually like. Man. Like, you know, I mean, she's thicker than mashed potatoes, bro. So it's like I
was spending more time trying to read what was on her ring gear than actually watching the moves. Okay. Are these real news stories? And it took me a while. Like, no, it's just. Yeah.
I'll say this. You may have felt that way at that point, but yeah, we'll get to the end of the night in a little bit. The next up was a battle royal featuring a bunch of legends. I personally thought this battle royal was being set up to launch Nikki Bella into the women's title picture at Clash in Paris, or Clash in Paris. But instead, my heart, my love, the beautiful Stephanie Vaquer won the battle royal, and is
our
now
Dark Angel.
Yes, to a title match at Clash in Paris. So I'm looking forward to that 100%.
Yeah,
let's go.
And let me take it back to the first match, the triple threat: Lyra, Becky, and Bayley. From it. I'm so glad that they switched Lyra back to the dark color theme for her costume. Okay, she's supposed to be the Raven Queen, not the Swan Princess. And
damn, that's kind of.
I also think that it's good because it accompanies her storyline of she's not the wide-eyed ingenue she was at the beginning of the year anymore. She grew up in a hell of a hurry with everything that she's been through in regards to the international and or Intercontinental Championship. And I'm glad that they're bringing her back to that Raven look.
For sure. All right, so we closed with what, as far as I'm concerned, and if you don't agree with me, you can go argue with a wall, was 100% a match of the year candidate. AEW, WWE, New Japan, I don't care where you put it. That match, prior to the ending, that match was what Sheamus would refer to as a banger. Both women left it all out there in the ring. And I was definitely impressed by that match. I was more impressed.
So you were totally invested.
Completely. I was.
Remind me again.
I am more.
What was the match?
Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, which mind you, this is like the 6th time that they faced each other, and Io Sky is like 4-1 versus Rhea Ripley.
Or
1-4.
Sky, no, Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky one-on-one. Yes. And so it's like 7 or 8-0 for Io Sky in that.
And so as we got to a point in the match where it looked like Rhea Ripley was about to make her monster run to come back and for the first time in her career beat Io Sky. Guess whose music hits?
Yep.
And guess who charges the ring with the Miss Money in the Bank?
Yeah, and that's the fuckery behind it all.
Yeah. And I did like it because technically, Rhea did get the Io Sky record off her back because she had Io down for a 10 count in there. But again, this kind of gets to my earlier combat of reusing situations and narratives in WWE. This is like, what, 3-4 pay-per-views in a row that we've had the ref knocked out and unable to count?
Yeah.
That shit, I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. That shit is funny.
Right. But that's going to get into another story we're talking about for SmackDown Alley, which is referee Charles Robinson has cracked ribs.
And that's from the main event of Saturday night's main event, the Goldberg match.
Saturday night's main event, because he took the spear, 2 weeks in a row? He took a spear to get knocked out. The first one was Night of Champions by John Cena.
Yeah, Cena. Welcome. Yeah. By the way, real quick, welcome Johnny Dome. Thanks for tapping in. Yeah, I'm sure Cena will be promoting Peacemaker all over WWE. But yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it is a common theme, and it's a trope that's easy to use because once the rep is down, then any tomfuckery can happen.
I'm not saying that I don't get it. Right. I'm saying that it's getting used so much to the point where they are putting WWE employees in harm's way and not letting them recuperate from getting that KO'd outside and blasted outside the ring.
If it was a younger ref, I might be inclined to agree.
That too.
With somebody like Charles Robinson, I think if he didn't want to be back out there, I don't think Tripp and them would make him go back out there. If he was like, look, y'all, no, I'm hurting from the last time shit got physical in the ring. Like, I'm good. I don't think they would make him. He's such a senior ref. Enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's such a senior ref that he would have that pull.
Fair enough, but we'll see what happens moving forward. I'm just going to point out a lot of other similar storylines that are going on that developed this week.
Yeah.
All right, so as we talked about, what I call one of the most emotionally invested cash-ins I've had in a long time. I was actually live when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and I was angry all the way home. All the way back to Sacramento, I was angry because at that point it was Seth Rollins. I wanted the big dog to win the championship from Brock Lesnar. I knew he was going to do it that night. I was going to be there to watch it. It was in Levi's Stadium, and here comes Seth Rollins. Yeah. But this time, I found myself jumping out of my seat and jumping up and down and happy and all over the place happy because Naomi is one of those ones that you deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it. I want to say, all right, so Jhonny asked a question, do any wrestler ever do multiple wrestling companies at the same side instead of transitioning, like if Cena guest stars in AEW but still does WWE? Well, first, I don't think Cena does that because he's a WWE lifer. But, yeah, Matt Cardona. It's just you'll never see it at the WWE, TNA, AEW level. Like it's happened tons of times in the indies. There used to be guys, and the indies are basically back to the territory days where you would have one guy like a Bruno Sammartino or like a superstar Billy Graham that would be heavyweight champ for like 5 different promotions in the South, like during the territory days. Like it's not uncommon to see a wrestler actually hold on to multiple titles. Like I said, we recently saw it, think in AEW with the Kenny Omega, the belt collector, where he had the AEW belt, the TNA belt, some New Japan belt, like he had them all at the same time. That's about as close as we'll see to it. I doubt you'll see it between AEW and WWE ever.
Yeah.
Never.
This is entertainment, Tech Tinkers, just like any movie like Game of Thrones, Batman, or Superman. It's entertainment, bro. Anyway,
and
so yeah.
Before we move on to Raw, speaking of AEW, or no, it wouldn't be AEW because it was a AAA match. Can we just send our thoughts and prayers out for a fallen comrade, an icon in AAA, as it's not the match that I wanted, but I'll take it. We finally had Mr. Iguana and Layeska go up against Santino and the Cobra.
Nice.
And the Cobra mauled Layeska.
Oh, I love Santino Marella.
You had Mr. Iguana giving CPR to Layeska in the ring, and everyone was like, "Oh no!" If you didn't catch the Worlds Collide, Mr. Iguana, in the grand tradition of Mick Foley and Sacco and Santino and Cobra, has a pet called Layeska, which is basically a stuffed iguana. And everybody acts as, when they come up to grapple, he'll push Layeska first, and they'll hook up with Layeska and do tosses, and and the iguana's tossing them around, and it's absolutely fantastic. But
100%.
like I said, I really would wanted to see Mick Foley come out with Sacco for that, but understand he's never going to get back in the ring again. So I'll take Santino and Cobra for that match. That's a good substitute.
Unfortunately, Mick gave us all of him, and he ain't got more to give.
Yeah.
All right, so So the first subject up after Evolution is, of course, Monday Night Raw. And just to answer your response there, Jay, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, it would be free for AEW for John Cena to do it. And if he was just working for DC and wasn't actively the WWE champ, it could probably happen. But since he's actively the champ currently, I just don't see it. But it would be funny to see. All right, so Monday Night Raw kicked off with Naomi. and I loved her, and I loved her promo because she came out, and the crowd was like, "You deserve it," and she's like, "No, shut up, no, y'all don't start backing me now." No, don't start backing me after I done made my move. No. And so, but Naomi, you do deserve it. Like this is your third time as the women's champion, and I hope they give you a decent run, not just the SummerSlam.
That shit was funny though,
Yeah.
man.
And
that shit was funny.
again, reusing the central heel theme for John Cena and Becky Lynch of the crowd. Yeah. Fuck the crowd. You never backed me when I needed it. You know, toxic relationship, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And it's the same basic storyline in my mind, at least how I'm seeing it.
Well, what it is that your brain is tying similarities to it.
Right,
and
exactly.
And that's fine. And that's fine because, like I've said it myself plenty of times. If you've watched wrestling, even casually, for more than a year and a half, 2 years, you've pretty much seen every possible storyline that you're going to see. So things are going to start to look repetitive. And so that's why when people have that argument, I don't really fight it because it's true. You know,
I'm still kind of in the okay, I gotta get over this. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Kev.
Yeah,
I just need to mentally shut down that analytic part of my brain, which is nearly impossible for me.
For sure. All right, so this Naomi promo led to they actually built a lot of SummerSlam up this weekend. Like with SummerSlam coming in 2 weeks, they did a lot to build up SummerSlam over this week. With Monday night opening up with the announcement that we are getting Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match at SummerSlam for the Women's World Championship.
And again,
so now we have both women's.
We just had a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship the night before.
Well, I'm just saying. No, it wasn't. Well, yes, it was a triple threat match that Naomi interfered in. Actually, again, you could tie the Naomi cash in to the Rollins cash.
Okay, not for the International Championship or Intercontinental Championship.
Intercontinental, yeah.
So,
well, you put together. It's how you build. It's how you build.
I know.
But anyway, so we're getting that. I think those three are going to tear the house down.
Yeah.
I personally, just an early prediction. I personally think that Rhea Ripley walks out with the title. No offense. I think they're going to. I think that, or should I say, that's what my heart wants, is for Rhea Ripley to walk out of the title. I think that they're going to end up looking Naomi to win again. Like they're going to, because there's no way they give it to
business.
Yeah, but there's no way they give the belt to her now. They have her cash in now, only to have her drop it in 3 weeks at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I just don't see that.
I agree. That'd be stupid. And can I just say, am I like the only person that thinks Rhea Ripley looks incredibly beautiful in her civvies?
Yeah.
Without the ring gear and the makeup?
Oh yeah.
Watching her do her entry, she is absolutely gorgeous coming in.
I've loved her since she was on the Mae Young Classic, which was years ago.
Yeah.
But all right, we also had Kabuki Warriors taking on Judgment Day, and I believe Kabuki Warriors got the win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Judgment Day got the win.
Interference from Dawn, who was out there trying to do the distractions.
And I'm gonna love to see how this comes up again, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, because Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez really are starting to gel very well.
Yes, they are.
They're not they're not the Raquel Liv portion, but or level, but they're getting there. They're getting really close to being able to anticipate each other, at least, story wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So what are you thinking about this, bro? With Judgment Day, like them running through the tag team division, activating the women's tag team division again. Saint, what you thinking?
Shit, man, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I am with it, but I just want to see where it's gonna go. Cause look, we know Liv Morgan is just gonna be sitting out until comes back.
Oh, she's
and
out for
I
a few
hope,
months. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I know she's gonna come back and beat her ass. I already know that
I
storyline is coming.
Roxanne just needs to hand Liv a
She
platter
needs
of her
to,
nuggets.
she needs to just go on ahead and
Liv
take
just needs
several
to.
seats.
She needs
She
to.
needs to go on ahead
Liv,
and take several seats.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
okay,
Go ahead.
for Judgment Day for me, the absolute no holds barred best part of Judgment Day is AJ Styles stalking Dom.
Yeah, that has been great.
That has been
great.
I have a doctor's
AJ.
note. I have a doctor's note.
AJ waiting. Actually, supposedly next week we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
When, I believe AJ's probably gonna get that match at SummerSlam because they said Dom's supposed to be reevaluated next week
Yep.
on
Next
Raw,
week.
and yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
With
So
special guest appearance by Trump's first doctor when he was running in 2016. Remember that loon? He'll sign Dom. He'll sign off on Dom.
Oh, he'll sign.
He'll say, yeah, Dom's still injured. Pay me.
But we followed that up with a 2 out of 3 falls match between Lyra Valkyria and Bailey. That was another one for the ages. Like I said,
That
the
was
women
great.
have been killing it in WWE recently. And so, to my surprise, Lyra Valkyria got the win, and we'll be facing Becky Lynch one-on-one, hopefully to go get her title back at SummerSlam.
Yep.
So yeah, like that. That's going to be.
That was a fight. That was a fight because of the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Those two definitely putting it in. All
And
right, so
and the thing that I like about the Lyra Valkyria Bailey fight, besides the fact that two of my favorite lady wrestlers working today, is that it has a real family, big sister, little sister spat feel about it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what they're doing also with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Like we'll get to them when we get to SmackDown, but it was quite interesting how they're handling that. After that match, we had the return of Miss Nikki Bella back to the ring, and she defeated Piper Niven, or not Piper Niven, but Alba Fire.
Yeah.
Got jumped by Piper Niven.
But you can't touch.
and what's funny is that's her singing. If you've ever seen the little documentary behind the making of that song, just like HBK in the I think I'm cute. You know I'm sexy. Yeah, like that. That's actually HBK, and I believe the girl is Scary Sherry. So Nikki Bella comes back and gets her win over Chelsea Green and the Secret Herpes.
Yeah, and the Secret Herpes tries jumping her, and she got the win because she had Chelsea Green down, and then Secret Herpes tries to split the ref attention on opposite sides of the ring, and Nikki still took out both of them, both Alva and Piper.
Yep.
With some really great fly work.
I think they're doing a great thing with Nikki Bella by not bringing her in and immediately throwing her into the championship picture, which is what I thought they were going to do with the Battle Royal. They're just kind of slowly moving her along, letting her earn it. And so I can't wait to see where they're going to go with it from here.
Right.
Let's see. Then after that, we had Gunther come out and cut a promo right before the number one contenders gauntlet match for the match against him at SummerSlam. Looks like just pause there for a second. I want to say, and I thought it was a great match. I think they kind of set up who was going to win from the get-go. But Saint, what were your thoughts on the 5-man gauntlet match between Punk, Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, what was it? LA Knight, and Penta.
Listen, that was a slobber knocker.
Yes, it was.
With all of the milk and with all the nooks and crannies in this one, man. Like Raw, and don't get me wrong. Like I love how Penta is really just taking things by storm, man. Like
He's
really
fantastic.
Yeah, he's really like putting the foot down.
Yeah.
Like literally putting the foot down on this stuff, and it's like I'm right there for it. But CM Punk,
Yeah. And sorry, I had to break away for a second to send a Discord message to my gaming group about my computer issues. But can we also talk about my fella Sheamus confronting Rusev backstage?
Yeah.
And promising
I believe they're going to have a match at SummerSlam too.
Yeah. He's promising a good Irish diet to Rusev. Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if Lana decides to come up out of the come from the back and go crush.
Don't get it twisted. She may make her way back because they have reestablished their marriage, so they are back together again.
Okay.
So there's a possibility that Lana may show up. It's Miss C.J. Perry, Miss movie star from the original Pitch Perfect, or was it 2? May have been 2. I may be wrong about that. But she was in one of the Pitch Perfect movies.
Yeah.
I actually caught her on camera. Like she's only on camera for like a split second where you can actually see it's her, but I actually did see it. Anyway, but yeah, that was a great segment. And again, a lot of what happened on Monday Night Raw had to do with setting up SummerSlam and the same thing goes.
And Karrion Kross being his basic bitch self. I think that is one of the reasons why I'm just not so invested in so many of the heels in WWE right around now. Is I don't feel any real passion from their promo cuts. I mean, when you see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed cutting promos in there, it's like, yeah, Penta, we're going to retire you. They're not really great at doing it on their own. They're great when it comes to the physical parts of the promos, but compared to like, Nikolai Volkov, and I know he wasn't exactly a heel, but Ultimate Warrior, there's not the same amount. I mean, nobody's going to match Ultimate Warrior's intensity, but
here's the thing with Warrior.
Yeah,
I think that dude was either coked up or high in some way most of the time. No offense to him. God rest his soul. Love me some Ultimate Warrior. Because if you go back and listen to them promos, man, like there was a lot of intensity. There wasn't a lot of shit that made sense.
Because he was always, he would always do, and I'm telling you, he'd be always like, the power, positivity.
We're gonna take off in the rocket ship, and all the little warriors are gonna go down hard on the head of the big man.
Like even putting Ultimate Warrior aside, I mean, Randy Savage in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man still had that absolute intensity. I've got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. And you could just feel the intensity coming off with the screen. And it's like, okay, what are you trying to sell me, Breaker or Reed or any? It's like Seth has got all the charisma in that group, and Paul Heyman, of course. But the Enforcers, I mean, they might as well just be Lurch,
Yeah.
just standing there looking big, saying nothing. Because when they try cutting the promos, it's just not hitting, especially compared to how fired up their opponents are every single promo.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
they'll get it. They'll get it. You know, like, and I understand what you're saying. Like, definitely there's not that passion, but I think they have to build their story to where you have to give a damn about why they're upset before you can really start to see the emotion shine through. There are people that have it naturally, people like a Stone Cold Steve Austin, people like a Rock that just naturally have charisma and emotion and everything. I've seen Dwayne Johnson like just talking to people. Like you not necessarily like in an interview, but just talking to people, and he still has that same Rock energy when he's just having a casual conversation.
Side moment. One of the trailers in front of Superman was the Smashing Machine with. I did not recognize him at first, but The Rock as Ken Barr in UFC.
Yes. I saw that trailer.
I think this is going to be The Rock's breakout film because everything else up to this point, aside from, say, Walking Tall, it's all about The Rock being The Rock, just in cosplay. He has the Will Smith problem.
See, I agree. Okay, I'll say it like this. I agree to an extent that he put himself into every character that he played.
Right.
But I don't necessarily think that he played a bunch of characters that were all the same character. I just think that's him. That's his swagger. It's kind of like Ice Cube and Aries Spears complain about, or not. I'm not saying that you're complaining, but I'm saying in his complaint about Aries Spears complain about Ice Cube about he's the same dude. He's the same. Have a good day, and then he's the same dude. But that's because that's him at his core.
Right.
Like that's who he is at his core. So it's going to come out in every character. Yeah.
Same thing with Will Smith. My point is that I think this is going to be the breakout film for Rock that shows that, yes, dude can act. He's not just going to put on another costume and be The Rock in that costume. I think that's part of the reason why Dave Bautista has been so successful transitioning from wrestling to Hollywood, because no one was expecting him to be the Beast 24/7 in every role, and it allowed him to actually study the craft more. But
I can understand what you're saying. With Dave Bautista, I would say the first role that he actually launched from was him just being like a brawler, and that's what he was when he was the Beast. But anyway, what we'll get to is this. We'll get on over to SmackDown and keep it moving. So let's see.
Real question. I saw the clip of the end of Friday night, but what happened in the beginning with the car crash promo?
Oh, there was there wasn't. It wasn't a car crash promo. They came to.
Oh yeah, I know.
They said there was this car crash. Solo Sikoa and the MFT were the ones that were supposedly involved, and they ended up like trying to figure out what was going on.
Exactly.
And then Solo fingered Jacob as the guy who was responsible.
Well, he tried to. Yeah, he tried to maneuver it where they looked at Jacob. And like, I love Jacob because Jacob, again, that just defiant attitude. Yep, y'all police, like y'all coppers, like all this shit, right? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, all that.
So and I saw when I saw the clip of Jacob getting hauled away by the cops. Someone had commented on that clip, kind of mocking Jacob, saying, "Yeah, pretending he's been in prison," and it's like, dude.
You don't know the story, bro. That dude literally did 5 years before he
it's just some guy, capping on Jacob Fatu, faking being hard and being a criminal, and it's like, no.
Step into a ring. Step into a steel cage with Jacob, and he'll show you exactly how false he is.
Yeah. He's from
But
Sac,
anyway,
man.
yeah.
He's from Sac.
Like that boy bad.
Yeah.
I want to say, but yeah, no, it's not in a group chat. We also are broadcasting on Twitch and another YouTube channel, Wood. So I'm the only one that can see your comments there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a great moment with Shake Up, and the way that they twisted it at the end was awesome as well. In the fact that Solo came out, Solo was talking a bunch of shit about it was Jacob, so on and so forth, and he and then what ended up happening? Then they're attacked, or then we see Jacob getting released by the cops, and they're like, "Sorry, you are not a person of interest," and they let him go. And Jacob's, yeah, you coppers, that was great. It reminded me of The Rock when he was calling a cop donut eating pansies. Like it was just awesome. But
Jacob goes straight to the ring, and Solo looked like he was shitting in his britches when he saw that.
So Jacob comes to the ring. Jacob comes out. Jacob's music hit. Jacob comes out, and they see, and it's the MFT is all focused on him, and of course Jimmy, who was waiting right there for Jacob when he got back, comes through the other side of the ring, takes out Talatanga. Then it starts Jacob getting in the ring, doing his thing, and beating the shit out of everybody. And then what was great about it is after Solo decides to leave and run away after Jacob just about had him, Adam Pearce comes out because he's subbing for Nick Aldis this week. Yeah. And Adam Pearce makes the announcement, another SummerSlam match, that we're getting Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa in a steel cage for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. I'm here for it. That's right.
I'll take that. I will definitely.
I will take that too.
That one.
And speaking of which, I've seen some dirt sheet rumors that Nick Aldis may be gone from SmackDown. That it's not just whatever the excuse was.
Temporary.
So don't know.
We'll see. I want to say, but so they come out and he announces the steel cage match, and then he says you want to basically taunts him into saying he wants the actual whoever hurt did the crash caught. And the police come out, and Solo's standing there, and he's pointing towards the ring. Jacob, he's right there. He's right there. And the cop goes, and then grabs Solo's hand and pulls it behind his back and puts Solo in cuffs. And they take Solo off as Tyler's sitting there trying to explain to the police that they don't know what they're doing. And it was great. It was great.
That shit was funny.
And the greatest and funniest part about it all is backstage as Solo's being taken out and Cody's walking towards the ring. Solo goes, Cody, help me out. Solo's like, and Cody's like, yeah, no. And just walks away. It was, oh man, gotta love it. Yeah, it was great cinema. Bloodline always delivers.
Which, did we miss the big finish to Raw on Monday night? The special guest appearance?
By who?
By the OTC.
Oh, yeah. We did skip over that. Yes. After CM Punk wins the whatchamacallit, Bronson Reed starts attacking him, and so does Braun Breaker.
And then
I met these guys shortly after it happened. I was wrong twice. First I had said he was coming back at Saturday Night's Main Event because I had read that somewhere. Then I read another thing that said he was coming back at SummerSlam. So I was like, okay, he's not coming back till SummerSlam. And here we are, the 2 weeks before SummerSlam, and the OTC comes out to kick some ass and take some names.
And speaking of somebody shitting in his britches, the camera lingered on Paul Heyman when Roman Reigns showed up. And of course, Roman goes help up his cuz.
Yeah.
Jimmy, or was it Jimmy or Jay in the ring?
It was Jay in the ring.
What?
It was Jay in the ring.
Jay, that's what I thought. Yeah. And he and CM Punk have a little bit of a stare down.
Yep.
So I think
Basically,
that
he's just saying he's not okay with CM Punk quite yet. Like
no,
they have a mutual enemy right now that they need to
yeah,
worry about. Paul Heyman and his boys.
it's the scene from Pulp Fiction where Bruce Willis asks Ving Rhames, "We cool?"
Yeah, exactly. For now, yeah. Oh, also,
Yeah.
thanks for bringing that up because on the note of Mr. Money in the Bank and Paul Heyman, it wasn't a work. Seth really actually was
Right.
injured, but
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it looked at whatchamacallit. They knew about the injury going into the match and the situation in ring. What this has all been confirmed on
Right.
multiple sites. That it was all a work, or from the sense of Seth didn't get hurt during that match. This was just an excuse for Seth to be written off of TV for a little bit so that he could
Right.
come back. I'm sorry if I
Yeah.
ruined it for anybody or people get mad and watch this. But yeah, Seth Rollins will most likely be back to cash in the Money in the Bank at some point. I'm suspecting SummerSlam after the Gunther CM Punk match.
Right. And I've also seen some dirt sheets speculating that Seth's injury is a work, and that's why we had the ending to SmackDown that we had with the contract signing. So, because the plan was that Seth was going to cash in to get the title away from Cena, but they can't. But with Seth out with the injury, he wasn't going to be back in time for SummerSlam, so they had to improvise.
See, that's the one part that I can't see. Like, I don't think I think that the goal is to keep the belt on Cena till December. I think that that if we see a cash in with Seth on Cena, it would happen at whatever his final pay-per-view appearance is, defending the belt. But I think that that's a lot. I don't know. I know I've seen that. Yes, his injury is not a work, but the storyline of him being injured as bad as they're claiming he is a work, in the sense of he's injured and he needed surgery, but he's nowhere near as bad as what it looked like.
Right.
But okay.
I'll tell you this though. I do smell and I definitely smell a double turn. Something's coming.
What do you mean?
I think that Cody is fixing to go heel.
Yeah, that's the other.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing.
I can see Cody becoming frustrated. I can see Cody becoming a Stone Cold.
Dude, he's wearing the Rock's watch.
Hold on. I could see Cody becoming an anti-hero, but I doubt we're going to see. We haven't even technically seen a full heel turn out of Cena. I doubt we're going to see a full heel turn out of Cody. But I feel what you guys are saying. Yeah,
they're saying that Cody's going to turn. That Cody is turning heel, and Cena is turning back face in time for SummerSlam.
Oh no, I doubt it'll be by SummerSlam.
No. We're talking about no. That's not going to happen. That might be something going towards Survivor Series, maybe.
Yeah.
But no,
I think
no.
within the last about 5 appearances that we see John Cena, that's when we'll see the slow turn. We've already started to see it, the slow turn back to being I just don't see a full heel turn for Cody. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Like I think that they've invested too much in him as a baby face to flip him now. It's kind of the same problem that they had with Cena. But at the time that Cena reaches peak popularity, they invested it so much in him being a baby face, it didn't make sense to try to turn him heel. You know, and what let me say this about Cena on one last note before we get into SmackDown. I had a lot of people. Yeah, or we'll finish up SmackDown. A lot of people with Cena are like, "Oh, he's doing this heel turn for the fans that have been a fan since the beginning and have wanted to see a heel turn out of Cena." Okay, are you retarded? Cena was a heel like for at least 2-3 years as the Doctor of Thugonomics. Like I don't understand I want to see Cena turn heel. He was already heel.
Yeah.
But we got the heel turn now. I'm glad we got it. I like what I'm seeing. But no, they're doing this because everybody in the WWE universe has been clamoring for this shit for like a decade. So they're saying, Cena's saying, on my way out the door, here's my present to you. I'll give you the heel turn that you wanted. I don't think this has anything to do with honoring any old school fans or any shit like that. We got to see the best of Cena as a heel, because I'll be honest with you, the Doctor of Thugonomics, as much as I hated him, was a much better heel than this Cena is.
Yeah. Than angry
And
Cena.
so, yeah. And so at the end of the day, like I said, people can call it what they want, but I like what I'm seeing out of him right now. But this isn't some homage. This is him basically saying, finally here. You guys have
Word
been begging
life.
for this for 10 years. Yeah. You guys have been begging for this for a decade. Here you go. And it gives us great moments like CM Punk dressed up as John Cena and having shit on his knuckles and shit like that. Yeah.
And Ron, not to mention Ron Cena.
Yeah, Ron Cena. That was great. Okay, so one last thing I did want to touch on is Charlotte Flair being Charlotte Flair in a promo with Alexa Bliss, saying that she went to Adam Pearce and got him to give them the tag team championship match at SummerSlam. That's Charlotte Flair doing Charlotte Flair things. That's some Charlotte Flair fuckery right there. How the hell you got all these great women tag teams, and Charlotte Flair just walks into Adam Pearce's office? You're gonna give us the match at SummerSlam. You know, Alexa Bliss.
She's
all right.
She's Charlotte Flair, man. That's that's like how that's like just like how her father did it. Like, oh, you're gonna give me a match. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, and be like, all right, bro, here you go.
Oh, and can I just say how absolutely adorable Alexa Bliss and her daughter are in the photos, with her daughter wearing her mom's ringwear, copy of her mom's ringwear.
Yeah.
That is just so key, the doll and everything.
All right. So last subject for SmackDown Alley before we'll wrap it all up is this. Goldberg seemed to express during this week some frustration with WWE's handling of his final match. He didn't mind that he lost, but he kind of felt it should have been like basically SummerSlam instead of Saturday night's main event. And also the fact that they cut off from the live feed his retirement speech at the end. But they did just in WWE. The one thing I'll say in WWE's defense before we dig into this is that they did post it on their YouTube immediately after Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night main event went off the air, and it got over like 1 million views.
Right. And
so,
NBC Universal Peacock is getting the blame for this, is that they're the ones. That's the official word from TKO, is that NBC is the one that cut it short.
Okay.
In there. So it's like the Heidi Bowl all over again.
Well, I'll say this, and don't worry, Wood, we're going to be moving off of wrestling and getting to video games after this. But after this subject, I would say don't complain, bro. Be happy they let you come back and gave you a championship match as your retirement match. You'd be glad that they gave you 20 minutes to go out there, longer than you literally wrestled combined for the past decade in total time in ring. They gave you more in that match than you have in the past decade. So just be happy with what they gave you, and be happy that they gave you a show off. And if you don't like it, go to AEW, where they'll give you the AEW championship when you retire. I don't know. Go on.
But also, did we talk about the contract signing between Cena and Cody Rhodes?
Sorry, I've forgotten about that. We were just running a little bit long, but let's get to that real quick. They did a contract signing. Cena actually came out and said that he spoke to a higher power, and they agreed that he's been wrestling too much, and it's time for him to take some time off.
And he's going to be
at SummerSlam.
And he's going to be. He's in New York filming for Netflix, so he's not psychologically in the space he needs to be to compete. And and I didn't. I know you pointed this out, Kev. I didn't see it, but Cody Rhodes was wearing the Rock's watch.
Yeah. He was wearing
I think that's a good explanation for Cena's recalcitrance, shall we say, is that he kind of sees that he's not the golden child for The Rock anymore, and so he's not going to have that level of protection as a storyline. He's not going to have that level of senior protection, and people, they're going to try to screw over Cena rather than having Cena being the one screwing over now.
You really think so?
I don't know. I can see where he's going, but
I think that's the story explanation that's going. But we'll see. But yeah, end of long story short, and I'm making it longer. Cody smacks Cena around, puts him through the table, knocks him out. I think he did a crossroads to take him down, and then Cody signs the contract.
Using
and
Cena's
then
hand.
he takes Cena's hand, puts the pen in it, and
Signs the
signs the contract. And then, oh yeah, by the way, John, you should have read the fine print of the contract. Yeah. It's not just going to be SummerSlam; it's going to be a street fight.
Oh, yeah. So we're getting a street fight between Cena and Cody Rhodes, which just means there most likely will be some kind of interference.
Right.
Whether or not it helps Cena or Cody is beyond me. I think that, I'll be honest with you, I think the help that's coming is going to, or whoever interferes will be helping Cena. And the only reason why I say that is because we've already done the thing where like half the locker room came out and helped Cody Rhodes win a championship. Like we did that at WrestleMania 2 years ago. You know, like, so I don't think we're going to do it again this soon, but hey, we've seen them run similar things before.
We'll see. Actually, I think that they could have the interference come out to help Cody, only that it backfires and Cena retains.
Could be. I don't think, again, I don't think that Cody's aligned with anybody. I think Cody's out there by himself, but again, that's me. All right. So we will close out SmackDown Alley there. That was a long one there. And we will go to
3+ shows to go through.
Yep. Well, say, and we got, let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, Tech Tinkers is on one in the comments again, typing out full articles. Let's see. All right. So, topping off our video game topics for this week is article titled "Don't Worry About Arcane because Marvel's Blade has been announced to have entered full production."
Not the movie, the video game.
Not the movie. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot to give the answer to the thing before we jumped into this.
Yeah.
Pop culture quiz answer was Sunnydale.
Sunnydale. Yeah. All right.
And
what are you going to challenge us with for this one?
Saint, this is you. This might be you. What is the title of the first album ever released by the Beatles? What is the title of the first album ever released by the Beatles? All right, guys, think on it, and we'll get back to it.
I mean, that's so old that predates actual recorded music.
Wow,
you got jokes. And then on top of that, hey, wait a minute. And then the Beatles is older than me, also. Now I wasn't born until '69, dude.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God, say but you should know the name, man. But anyway. But yes, Marvel's Blade, the actual video game, is in the works. It has been. Hey, what's up, Tony Williams on one of our YouTube channels, either Double KK Double or First Nexus, I believe Double KK Double. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Tapping in. Let's see. All right, so.
But this is from Arcane Studios, who gave us the Dishonored series.
Yep.
While they were part of Bethesda. And then Bethesda got bought by Microsoft, and Microsoft spun off Arcane. And then Microsoft decided to fire crap ton of people from their game production lines, and everyone was kind of freaking out about what's going to happen with Arcane and their Black Panther game.
Yeah.
So,
all I know is so they're not doing the Black Panther game anymore.
no, they are.
They are. See, I'm here for it. Black Panther and Blade. Let's rock.
Black Panther. Right. Oh no, sorry.
Blade.
Stupid. No, Blade. Yeah, not Black Panther. Black Panther is a whole other issue. But yeah, the Blade game. But yeah, a Blade game with the mechanics of Dishonored. Sign me up for that.
Hell yeah.
Take all my money for that.
I'll take that.
I'll
take that.
Well, say Saint. Tony's watching us on the first GenXers page. He said, "What's up?"
Oh,
Tony Williams,
Mr. Scholar, Chicago. What's good with it, man?
D-Man Sanchez.
Yeah.
He unfortunately, Tony, he doesn't see the YouTube chat room. He only sees the Twitch one.
Yeah, I'm only seeing the Twitch on the Twitch side, but
because Kev just wants all the focus on him.
On me.
So
on me. No, I don't know how to make it so that y'all can see it. I wish I could make it to where you guys can see all of it. But yeah.
By the way, yes. Speaking of, it's me. DDP was looking pretty good. Was it Saturday night's main event? They got the shout out or Raw?
I think it was Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, for all that he's gone through in the past,
that DDP yoga has saved his life and a lot of other cats' lives.
And he was looking great. All right, but back to video games. Dave, shut up.
All right, so moving on from Arcane, Tech Tinker says they'll be closed next week anyway. Let's see. This news article, NBC News reports U.S. online stores put up out-of-stock signs as Nintendo 2 sales, or Nintendo Switch 2 sales hit record highs. Bro, here's the thing I don't get. Okay, there it is. He's watching us on Twitch now, Saint. So you should be able to see his T-Man Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So
salute.
So here we go. Yes. Here's the thing about it. I don't understand why we are having this happen with any video game system anymore. Why in the hell are we not producing enough product from day one? You know these systems are going to sell. It's almost a guarantee they're going to sell out unless you're charging almost $8,000 for a console, which we're getting there, but not quite yet.
Yeah. Well, okay. One answer to that.
Yeah.
This is part of the uncertainty of the tariffs.
Right.
Nobody knows if it's on, if it's off, if it's going to apply, if it doesn't, when it's going to change, when it's going to switch back. And so Nintendo is just going, okay, what the fuck? So I think that the UK sales were still astronomical and they weren't selling out, but they were just being overly cautious with the US market because of all the uncertainty as to the tariff situation.
The Switch 2 isn't the first console to have issues of selling out day two. Like the PS5 had that, the Xbox Series S had that, or X had that.
I totally get that. This is just me explaining the reasoning for Nintendo. Okay. For the PlayStation 5, Sony's business model is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. It always has been. No matter how good it is, Sony's going to find a way to fuck it up. Exactly. Microsoft's just like, ship whatever. They are not as invested with the success of the Xbox as they could be. Yeah.
They want to create a higher demand for it, so they put out not enough to meet the demand that they know is
That's the other. Yeah. That's definitely another factor.
Xbox is not dead. Shut up, Tech Tinkers. he disagrees with your assessment about the Switch 2. He says no, it's Donkey Kong released and Nintendo didn't know it would surge in sales. How do you not expect something like Donkey Kong to
Yeah,
surge in sales?
especially after how massive a success the Switch was with all the naysayers.
Yeah, true. All right, so on the Switch 2 still, GameStop, our lovely GameStop, that might be turning into a card company, is now dealing with complaints that Switch consoles that were ordered from them were received with cracks in them, or Switch 2 consoles that were bought from them were received with cracked console or cracked screens.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So
Not
what do they
surprised.
use? UPS? Sorry.
I don't know. I'm just not surprised by any.
Any shenanigans from GameStop at this point.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a big subject.
I'm sure that they had, when they got the receiving, they had some minimum wage drone of theirs just take it off and toss it into the pile of the inventory that they had in the back.
All right, and now we got Epic Games who have agreed to pay Fortnite players. It's like something like 72 million because they said 600,000 plus Fortnite players were tricked into purchases. So by Epic Games, so they're going to have to pay back these players, and the pot is something like 50 million or 10 million or something. I don't know. Maybe Tech Tinkers can tell us, but somebody about to get paid. 72 million is like $1 for everybody. But I thought it was only 600,000 plus.
Now, and on the subject of Fortnite, there are no bad collaborations for them. Fortnite's big thing is bringing the Fantastic Four in with special, and this is how they advertise it on social media, with Fantastic Four skins.
I'm done. End the show. We're done. We're ending everything on that. No more Cheap Pop podcast after that. We're done. Like, what the fuck?
That is literally the social media post that went out. You can get Fantastic Four skins.
Oh.
Get it, get it, man. Just throw the whole.
Yeah.
You might as well just cut. Just go on ahead. Just edit the rest of this podcast. cut that part, and we skip to the next segment.
The rest of the show is going to be nothing but a half hour of Archer clips. Are we still doing phrasing?
All right, so we'll end the Fortnite talk there and close with this, gentlemen. Myself and Saint, both parents, a lot of parents out there that may watch us. Roblox are giving parents more power to protect the safety of their young gamers. Now, and I say bravo to Roblox. I believe that any gaming or any game that involves I believe that it's still coming. The Wolverine game by Insomniac.
Yeah.
It's just been delayed, correct?
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah. Roblox is Microsoft, huh? All right.
Preschool Minecraft, basically.
Yes. But yeah, like, so it's like anything that involves children that young. What?
Perfect Dark and Everwild? God damn.
Oh, I'll say, but yeah, so like, anything that involves children that young, I believe that parents should have full control over what their kids see and don't see, etc. 100,000. I saw it we talked about the Microsoft laying off people. Wasn't that last week? Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's just insane what they're doing over there.
Yeah. I'm going to stay quiet because I can go on a whole 1 hour rant about Roblox and their exploitation model with their player base. of kids creating stuff. It's not good. This is literally the least effort that Roblox can make
Right.
on here. So, it's
all right.
That's for another day.
Yes, sir. Any talk on the Roblox situation as a former parent now that all your kids are grown? Hello? Did we lose you there for a sec, Saint? I think we did.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody's having electronics tomfuckery today, huh? There we go.
Okay.
What's up, bro?
No, I was gonna say. Well, no, I was just gonna basically say that I still deal with young people. I work in the school, so when it comes to Roblox, when it does come to Roblox, it's neither here nor there, and parents, it just depends on the parent. You know what I mean?
And also, video games are the new electronic babysitter. When we were kids, parents would just sit us down in front of the TV, let us watch animated crack toy commercials.
Yeah.
And not worry about it. Before that, it was the radio with the Adventures of Superman serial and all the other Tom Corbett Space Kid, et cetera, et cetera. This is the same thing. Literally, when I bought the original Xbox, I was in the store, in line, getting ready to purchase it, and there was a grandma who was talking with the sales associate, and she was asking, "My grandchild's been asking for this game. Is this suitable for him?" Grand Theft Auto. And the sales associate straight up lied to her face and said, "Oh yeah, it's popular. Your grandkid's going to love it."
Yeah.
See, when I worked for GameStop, there's a policy, and we all know that the ESRB, that is somebody that should have been fired.
This was before GameStop had that policy. Because it was stuff like that.
I mean, even before they had that policy,
it was about the sale. 100%.
It was about the sales. But as for as long as I've worked with them, I never ever if a kid came up to me and talking about, "Can I get a great GTA, man? Get the fuck out of here."
Yep.
Go get your parents or something. Because you're not putting on. I'm not running that conscious game.
For sure.
That's fucking.
All right, gentlemen. So we'll give Tech Tinkers one more thing here. Roblox gives parents more control over the game content with parental controls where Microsoft does not out of the box. Gilded, Discord competitor, bought by Microsoft to integrate with Roblox to give parents more control. I don't like the game, but Microsoft has done an all right job with Roblox from what it was filled with red rooms and stuff, from when it was filled with red rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's another issue. They really need to address it, because that was the new online child grooming, was Roblox and those red rooms.
Right. All right, so we'll stop right there.
Can I get a quick mention of something that just came out today? All right, so in the MMO RPG video game sphere, Daybreak Studios, which basically bought up Sony's catalog of MMOs when they got out of the business. So Daybreak does, they're keeping EverQuest, EverQuest 2, Dungeons and Dragons Online, Lord of the Rings Online, DC Universe Online, and a bunch of low-key MMORPGs. They're the owners of the games now. They're the ones keeping the lights on. Daybreak Studios is suing the makers of an EverQuest 2 emulator, which goes to their private server for EverQuest 2 rather than the standard EverQuest 2 official server. And part of this is because this company it's not a free to play private server for EverQuest 2.
Ah,
And so that is part of the reason why this is going on. So yeah, this is going to be really big because with the MMORPG genre on life support for the most part, or in palliative care at least, the private servers are how the games are going to continue on. It's how City of Heroes continued on after NCSoft shut down. It's how Star Wars Galaxies continued on after that got shut down.
Okay.
And it's how a lot of MMORPGs that were various, some were big, some were minor, continue on are through these private server efforts. So this could be a really important case, even for the ones that are not, for the ones that have free to play private servers that continue on legacy of these games.
Okay, fair enough. We'll hope that a couple more private things pick them up.
Right.
All right. So before we move to our final segment of the show, and let's do a big shout out to everybody who's joined us today. John Wood on YouTube, T Man's, like all of you guys. Be more humble. Sajante, appreciate you doing the chat. Tech Tinkers, always giving us great stuff in the chat. We appreciate you all joining us. We love y'all.
I also want to give a shout out for Miss Ronzi in For the Fashion, who tapped into my stream last night. Been a while since I saw her, so give her a big shout out.
That was up. Then you were up super late.
Yeah. No,
right,
I was actually only going. I cut off at 3:30 my time. So.
Oh, that's right.
All right. So the final pop question for the pop culture quiz question for the day. I got to get that right. What is the title of the first ever album released by the Beatles? Do either of you gentlemen have an answer?
I honestly
no Googling.
Do not know. No. I honestly do not remember. I know, but I don't know.
Okay.
I am going to select Hard Day's Night as my final answer.
And unfortunately, I have finally stumped you guys. The answer is Please Please Me.
Fair enough.
The Beatles' first album released. I don't believe it was their first American album. Hard Day's Night their first American album?
I think it was. Yeah.
No,
it wasn't.
Okay. All right, y'all. So then
I'm more of a Beach Boys guy than Beatles, and it still sings R.I.P. to Brian Wilson, the genius.
That is, yeah. Well, say Tech Tinker says the same thing. He's like, it's not AC/DC, so I don't know. So anyway, let's see. All right, so. No, we do not have super chat, but I will have to look into that. We do not have any super chat content. Don't know what that is. But all right. So where can we find you next?
Wait a minute. Some super what?
He asked if we have super chat content.
Oh.
I don't know what that is. I'll have to look into it.
No, I don't think so, though.
All right. So where can we find you next? Saint, go ahead and kick us off. Rune Scry, you can follow up after him. I'll go last.
Yeah. You already know. I'm running some MVT because I'm geared to start shutting. Well, I'm not going to shut it down, but I am getting ready to get back into the MVT deuce of things. But I do have a couple of things coming. But another episode of MVT Fusion. I'm going to be definitely doing some music, but I'm definitely going to be tapping in on a couple of games tonight and a couple of backlogs, if you will, making it
Some
making
retro
it happen.
games.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
but it's definitely gonna be action packed though.
All right. And Rune Scryer, where can we find you next, sir?
I will be back on tonight on the night shift, midnight Pacific time, to whenever I start falling asleep. And I know usually Sundays and Mondays I'm supposed to be doing Spider-Man 2, but I'm going to do another stream of Horizon Zero Dawn tonight because I've been neglecting that game for a while. Got back on last night with the stream. Just I apologize for the inconsistency on the night shift. I'm literally dealing with high 90s, low 100 degree temperatures up in the house with a broken air conditioner.
Ooh.
So it's been throwing me all off for the past couple weeks in there. So I'm slowly
man.
getting
Take
adjusted.
care of you first, sir. You first.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. And then, as usual, you guys can find me in about an hour, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern for the classroom. Yeah, we ran a little long today.
Yeah, we
for
hella
the
ran long.
Featuring this week, it'll just be O'Malley. Suave had some family stuff he had to go take care of, or some personal stuff he had to go take care of. So he will be back with us probably next week. And we're going to be talking all the latest NBA trades, some NFL offseason stuff, and just some fun. Probably LeBron will get brought up at least a couple of times. He always does, at least once an episode. Y'all have a great night. Right. And we will see you guys next week. For video games, you can catch me here on Double KK Double YouTube and on Twitch at the First GenXers Twitch with should be NCAA college football 25. I'm going to be probably purchasing 26 as soon as I get back to working again. So y'all have a great night. That's it for us.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and send a raid over to Creed's Classy Bling. So that's what we're gonna do. All right,
raiding us out. Go for it, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Later, y'all.
Peace.